I'd like to finish this so that we're just not leaving you hanging with all of that. And I'm going to start from the beginning and we'll grab it. So what you said as to what you want to achieve, you got ideas, but then you don't do them.
Yeah.
And you'd like to close that gap so that the ideas you have and the hopes, the dreams, you can make them real.
Yeah.
So the subject is closing the gap.
Yeah.
Okay. Closing this gap, let's take an example of one thing that's really important.
So let's take the same example of the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what idea do you have that you want to do?
Let's say doing social media marketing.
Social media marketing. So you got an idea of doing something?
Yeah.
Okay.
To post regularly.
Post regularly?
Post regularly and to do some ads on Facebook.
Okay.
Mainly Facebook platform.
Okay. Regularly means?
Maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And post on Facebook how many times a week?
2 or 3 times a week.
Okay, 2 or 3 times a week. And so you've got something to post?
That would be the content, working out the content strategy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have that already?
No.
No. So that that's one thing you've got to do to come up with the strategy content.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in your power to do?
Yeah.
And can you do that? Do you have the skill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skill, yeah.
Do we need to work on that?
The skill? No.
No. So you can do that.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
I've done that for other companies.
The problem is posting 3 times a week.
I think the problem is even before that.
Okay. So what's the problem?
So
before
going
that?
and sitting down to actually do it.
Okay. Sitting down at the
to
computer.
to actually do the content, to actually plan it, to actually.
Okay.
So it's before that.
So what stops you from doing that?
I don't do it.
Yeah, you don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you ever planned to do it? Have you ever said, I'm going to go in, sit down, and post?
Yeah, so many times.
So many times?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
So let's say today I'll be speaking to my wife and say, you know what, I need to get this going again.
Okay.
So
okay.
Nothing happens the next day.
So you said that looking back on it, you were just lazy. That was your judgment for it. Is that true?
That's so true.
That you were just lazy?
Yeah.
And you didn't exert the effort?
Yeah.
Is that what laziness means? That when I'm lazy, I just don't exert the effort?
Stay in the comfort zone.
Stay in the comfort zone. Okay. And so that presupposes that you, at least at that time, you're not really staying conscious of the plan. The plan somehow evaporates and you're not doing it.
Most of the time, yes.
Okay.
And even if it come, I would say, okay, let me just finish this and I'll do it. So this would be talking to someone, wasting time. Whatever I'm doing, wasting my time.
Okay.
I'll do it later.
Okay. So is that being lazy too?
Yeah.
So that's another form of laziness.
Yeah.
So one is comfort zone, one is just chatting away with somebody.
So that would probably be the comfort zone as well, right? Just chatting.
So that's a
with
comfort
people,
zone.
just, yeah.
Okay. What else do you do when you're not doing what you want to do?
So a lot of chatting would be going on, reading useless article on the net.
Okay. Okay.
Reading, for example, reading your emails is important, but not at the time that I should be doing marketing.
Okay.
Like that's the example of it. Like reading all those marketing emails I get, that I wouldn't.
So the impression I'm getting is you get distracted.
Very easily.
Very easily. So that sounds like the problem. You get distracted, and then your consciousness about doing it just evaporates. and you're distracted. So it sounds like we need a strategy for avoiding distractions.
Yeah. And I tried something along that line.
Okay.
It didn't work.
And what did you try?
So right now where I sit is in the middle, so everyone can have easy access and everything
Okay.
to me. So I put another desk and a computer on a corner, like in the
Okay.
storeroom, where very few people would come.
Okay.
But then I'd go there and still read newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was one attempt you did
Yeah.
about actually physically getting away.
Yeah.
Did that work even a little bit? Not really. Okay. Okay. So, distracting. You get distracted by other people, by things you read, by the internet. You get distracted. Anything else? The watch, the time.
No, all the emails and the messages that come on this.
Okay, the messages. So we need to direct your consciousness to stay conscious of what you're doing. Have you ever directed your consciousness, thought about something, and then kept your consciousness to the point of activity? So what would be an example that would fit into you stayed focused on something?
Actually, when I try to do that, then this comes. Like,
Okay.
it's
And what?
hard. It's
It's hard.
What's the use? In Creole we say la roula des appétits. How to say that? Things are working. It's not like it's hell, right? Things are working. There are still clients coming. Things are working, so it's not. You can do that later, and it feels there will be some change involved in ways of doing it, and that responsibility will come back on me because I am starting it. So who else will manage it? Every issue I will have to be handling. So
Okay.
that's probably part of the laziness again.
Okay, so here it starts with hard and then effort, and then it's working, and so later, and then change and responsibility. So we're going up this hierarchy of meaning. So something here, staying focused on something, and then going here really distracts it and prevents you from doing that.
Yeah, will it really work? That'll be another one.
Say again?
Will it really work? Will what I'm doing
Will
really
it?
bring
Okay.
results?
Okay, so now we got this self-questioning
Yeah.
and this questioning of the behavior. So now you're using doubt to all of this stuff here kills this activity. It looks like you're really skilled at killing the activity.
Yes. Yeah.
Sitting down at that computer and writing one post to Facebook, is that hard?
In theory, no.
So are you telling yourself a lie?
Huh?
Are you lying to
No,
yourself?
it's not hard, Michael. It's not hard.
It's not hard. So that's a lie. How much is that? A lot of effort?
Well, you're looking at one post. What will one post do?
Well, let's start-
It has to be something.
Let's start. Well, you're going to overwhelm yourself now?
But what will one post do?
I don't know. What would one post do?
It's just nothing.
Would it start a momentum and get you moving in the right direction?
No, there's many things that I've started and I'll stop afterwards.
So now we've got the discounting. We got the discounting and
It's
the
like the funnel was not complete without that, right?
So we got the discounting, the overwhelming. So once again, you've got a great strategy for killing even getting started.
No, but, okay. No, I'm
Now,
not
give me
saying-
another yes but.
yeah.
I'll add it to the list. It's not really hard. Is there much effort?
Like one post?
Yeah.
No.
Um, So how much change would that create? How much responsibility is it for you to go in there and do one post?
Michael, one post, no.
Yeah. Well, you're discounting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're questioning it and doubting it. And I thought
But
you
this
wanted.
is not part of my dream to do one post.
I thought you wanted to close the knowing doing gap.
But doing one post is not closing the gap.
Well, that's the discount. Would one kiss to your wife count?
That's different.
Oh, that's different. Would she say that?
We even tried the 12 one, it didn't work. Like, getting to 12 is a skill that we need to learn from you.
All right. So would one kiss with your wife work? Does that at least start something good?
Yeah.
I mean, you could think about 100 kisses and like, boy, that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of change, and who's going to take the responsibility?
So if I understand my pattern here, is I make it so big that it seems so huge
Yeah.
that doing nothing seems easier.
Great insight. Really well done. You now know.
And that's exactly what I've been doing with my weight as well. I say, what will losing 5 kilos do? Nothing. It's a waste of.
Yeah.
If I have to lose 80, it makes sense. But what with 5, 2,
But then
3, 2?
how overwhelming is that? So this would be a whole new way of thinking. One thing counts.
So how do I motivate myself to make 1 kilo or one post be meaningful for me? Because they are not when I look at them.
Okay. So would it be valuable?
In the grand scheme of things, no.
Yeah. So that's where you keep going. The grand scheme of things.
But that's real.
What
right?
if today's your last day?
Then
What if
all of this
today's your
is-
last day on Earth?
Then all of this is pointless.
Oh, it's pointless. So
Yeah.
you
It's
don't.
my last day on earth. What would I be doing with doing a post on Facebook?
If this is my last day, why would I be in this room with these people?
Because that I'm impacting their life. Because that would be a way of continuing my legacy after my last day. If one person can change, I can change their life. So that's a legacy for my last day.
Okay.
Losing a kilo is not legacy.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, yes. So I think we need to reduce your frames of mind and bring it down to the moment and being present and letting every single instant count.
So it's like I'm living in my dream, in that dream.
Yeah. And you're missing life. And even though it's just one more kilo, it's just one more, it's just one more, it's just one, it's just another piece of pie, it's just another, but it accumulates.
If that's true, why, when you are saying it, it's not registering here?
Well, probably because you got the grand scheme of things and you got a great pattern of discounting and some of these other things, the self-questioning and maybe the fear of responsibility or the fear of change or the fear of effort. I would guess that we need to reframe almost everything in here to create a whole new hierarchy of meaning that's going to give every little thing lots and lots and lots of meaning.
So adding meaning to the little things.
Yeah, meaning to the little things. So every handshake counts. Every hug counts. Every hi, how are you counts. Everything counts.
You know what? I've been doing that as well.
Okay.
Like, I still remember after NSTT when I learned the 12 hug from you. I think I forgot where it was.
Yeah.
And until it was not near 10, I didn't feel anything. like the first one was just like,
Okay.
how do you call that? Just to tick a box. Like,
Okay.
but when it started to reach where we wanted to, like the 10, 11 or 12, then it was meaningful.
So your frame of mind is really product-oriented instead of process. It doesn't count till we get to the product, the results. This is just process.
It's just a way to get there.
So let's turn that around. Product doesn't make any difference in the long, grand scheme of things. What counts is process today.
So whether I'm reaching there or not, that's not what counts. It's whether I'm doing the right thing to reach there today.
Yeah. If you took that on as your frame of mind, if you took that on as this is my way of operating on this planet, this is the way I'm going to be,
then whether it take a year or 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. Okay,
okay, so how is that settling in?
that's a shift.
That's a shift.
I
Okay.
don't know how I will see the world with this eyes though.
Okay, do you now have permission to be present in this moment and let everything count?
You see, the difference is with that one, like when I want to see it, I can see how it is.
Mhm.
With this one, I don't see anything.
Okay, what do you need to see?
Like I don't see how will I live with this concept or belief that I want to live by. How will my life? What adjustments do I need to make to make this real for me?
So process thinking is, this is my moment. I have no guarantee of any other moment. This is my moment, here now, with this person, doing this. This is my moment. This is exceedingly meaningful. What meanings will come out of this, who knows? But if I'm true to myself, if I'm true to you in this moment, it will be blessed.
So right now, this conversation is blessed, whether I reach the outcome or not. This conversation is meaningful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Willing to try it out?
Yeah.
Okay. So permission to try it out for a day or two.
So
Being
I'm giving
present.
myself permission to do what? To count the
Be
little
present.
thing?
To be present and to count.
To be present. But I'm not absent. I'm
Well, if you're over there in the grand scheme of things, you're very absent. In fact, as you go down the line, you keep looking back. I was really lazy.
yeah.
So that's been the problem. You've not been present. And you get distracted. Everything distracts you because you're not present and conscious. Present means you're mindful. You're
Okay, now I
mindful of this
understand
moment.
presence. Okay. So mindful of what's happening right now.
Right now. And so if an email comes in, you know, oh, okay, does this, I want to make this the most important thing right now, or do I have something else I want to?
Is that very similar to living intentionally?
Yeah, living intentionally.
Okay, that registers.
Okay, living intentionally, this moment, mindfully, instead of absent-mindedly and easily distracted because I'm not living from my intentions and my highest values.
I'll give that a try.
Okay, because
I'm not sure how it will be, but I'll give it a try.
okay,
Yeah.
so letting this process count, so that this becomes the process for closing the knowing-doing gap and the gap between ideas and action.
So even for one lunch, eating one salad is still good. You've done it.
If it counts now, and if I'm doing it intentionally and mindfully,
So
Then
there are
I'm-
these three things together. So intentionally, mindfully, and it's counting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give that a try.
Okay. And we'll check with you later to see how it's working out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you. Okay.